In today's episode, we're going to look at creating a system, creating a routine to check on your budget. You need to decide on when you're going to check in on your budget. You need to decide on what you're going to do when you're checking in on your budget. Why is it important to decide now? Because when things are not clear in our mind, when the action steps to do are not clear, we become reluctant, we become hesitant because it's not clear. But when you decide, if the next time you're like, oh, I need to work on my budget, you don't feel like, oh, it's a huge thing to do, you don't know where to start, decide on when and what you're going to do. Hi, I'm Gabriela, and this is a personal finance and coffee podcast. And on this channel, I talk about money, I talk about finances. How can you manage the money that you're making so that you're able to make progress towards the goals that you're making? Let's break this cycle of you've made the money and 5 years later, 10 years later, you don't know where it has gone and you don't feel like you've made progress. That's what this channel is about. If this is something you find interesting, please like the video, please subscribe so that you don't miss upcoming episodes. Now, we are in our 2025 Getting Your Money Organized series, and we've gone through a number of episodes. I'll have a link of the playlist in the description below, so that if you've missed the previous episodes, please go watch them so that you're kind of up to date. And I'm making these episodes so that there is one action step that you need to take per episode so that you're able to slowly make progress towards getting organized and preparing to manage your money better in 2025. In today's episode, we're going to look at creating a system, creating a routine to check on your budget, to check on your plan. It's one thing to make the plan and it's another to stick to the plan, or checking on the plan so that when it does change, it always changes. When it does change, you're able to be aware and make decisions that will make it better. Let it be a learning experience. Because when we make a budget, when you make the plan, it doesn't always happen, but even when it doesn't go according to plan, this is valuable information that will make it possible to try to have better estimates going forward. I have a budget template that I will have linked in the description below, and in this template I share with you like monthly from January to December where you can make the budget, track your spending, and also track your net worth. So this is a budget template that I have made, and if you're interested, if you've been looking out for it, you can. I'll have it linked in the description below. So when it comes to monitoring the progress you're making, you need to decide on when you're going to check in on your budget. You need to decide on what you're going to do when you're checking in on your budget. Why is it important to decide now? Because when things are not clear in our mind, when the action steps to do are not clear, we become reluctant, we become hesitant because it's not clear. Let me give a clear example. I have a monthly routine where I go through my finances, and I'll have a playlist of my monthly resets linked. When it comes to these monthly routines, I have a list of things that I do every month. So I will know that I'm going to make the budget, check in on the previous one, pay the bills. I have that list, and it's not vague. So I know that, okay, I may not be able to do all of them on one day, but on Monday I can do one, Tuesday I can do one, depending on how busy the season of life I am in is. So make your list. You can even be 2 items. You can say, every week I'm going to track and check in, or every month I'm going to do these 3 things. But decide on what your 3 things are going to be. They won't be the same for everybody. But when you decide, if the next time you're like, oh, I need to work on my budget, you don't feel like, oh, it's a huge thing to do, you don't know where to start, decide on when and what you're going to do. Then this is the action step I can give you. In the place that you have chosen to keep your budget, like we talked about deciding on your money management system. If you've decided to do it on a notebook, if you've decided to do it in an Excel sheet, or if you've decided to use it in my annual budget template, make the action steps clear. If it's as simple as open the notebook, open the spreadsheet. Step 2, track the expenses, track the money that has gone out on a weekly basis. or on a daily basis. Let me end this episode by giving you an overview of the routines that I have in place, the ones that work for me. On a daily basis, I write down the money that has come in, the money that has gone out. Sometimes I forget, sometimes I have busy seasons in my life. So I do that. I end up checking in like maybe on a weekly basis or a day or two. But I try not to miss a day, because when I miss a day, this is when I forget things. But I try to keep up with it on a day-to-day basis. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes. I just write 5 minutes maximum. That's on a day-to-day basis. Then each week, because I plan for my money on a weekly basis. So if a month has 4 weeks, I will see how much money do I need for food per week times 4 weeks, or transport times 4 weeks. So at the end of the week, I will update my budget, and then I will top up in my wallet what I will need for the week going forward. This takes about 20 to 30 minutes weekly. Then on the monthly basis, this is when I go through overall, I close out, I see have I tracked everything. I've gone through all these in my monthly resets. So that is where the details are. When I have this routine in place, it means that the barrier, the resistance that I have to do it is a little less, and over time it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit and it gets easier. That is what I can say. So it's very important that as we enter 2025, decide on when are you going to track the plan that you have made. If your goal is to save this much, check in on a monthly basis. How much have I saved so far? It's also a reminder so that you don't go back into the default setting of spending money like that. Now, when you do a check-in, sometimes you fall off the process. Like sometimes you end up not keeping track. Sometimes you end up not earning as much as you expected, or you can be in a difficult season, your child is sick, and you're like, you just can't track, you just can't keep up. This has happened to me so many times, and trust me, you have not failed. It is part of the process. There will be ups and downs, but don't give up because you've had a difficult season. Be prepared for these seasons to come. It's only God who knows what 2025 has in store for all of us. The most we can do is plan to the best of our ability. But when you're in such a season and you're not able to keep track, pick yourself up and try again when life is in a calmer season. So if you found this valuable, please like, please subscribe so that you don't miss upcoming episodes. I'll see you in the next one.